Hello! Welcome to a YouTube video. This is YouTube, you're on the platform. Congratulations. I'm on the hunt for my next overlanding vehicle because I thought that it could be my little Land Rover, but then my little Land Rover kept breaking down. And if I want to be going cross-continental, then I need a car that works. Overlanding, missions, not breaking down with Tatty in the middle of nowhere with nobody else getting stabbed in a bush somewhere. Safety, which means that I'm testing out a range of vehicles. And this one I've been trying to avoid because it's very expensive and everyone says it's shit. However, I don't think it is. It was made in the memory of the Land Rover. Da-da-da! This is an Ineos Grenadier.
The Ineos Grenadier. The Ineos Grenadier. The Ineos Grenadier. The Ineos Grenadier.
So, on the outside, basically, I'm going to get a bit nerdy in this video because I find it really interesting, and if you don't find it interesting, then sod off. But I find it interesting, okay? So, good old Sir Jimmy Radcliffe, he invented the lovely Ineos Grenadier, and he was like, hey, Land Rover, can I take over production of the Land Rover when it finished in 2015 with number 2 million something and 63 came off production line. Anyway, they were like, nope, you can't. So he's got loads and loads of cashola, so he's like, don't worry, I'll make my own. But because of patents and stuff like that, he couldn't make it exactly the same because obviously Land Rover and the things to Land Rover. Anyway, I like a lot of the outside. Not all of it. I'll show you the bits I do like first. Okay, this way. It's got the lovely Land Rover shoulders, and I will make a lot of comparisons to the Land Rover because that's what is so deeply ingrained in my heart, mind and soul. It's got 18-inch wheels with BF Goodrich all-terrain KO2s on. We love them. They're fantastic. The sidewalls are brilliant. They're just fantastic tyres, and they're really, really attractive. And I know that sounds weird, but it's actually quite important if you've got a good-looking tyre, and that's a good-looking tyre. So, anyway, onto the back. Another BF Goodrich all-terrain KO2 tyre. And inside it, I don't actually know how you get... I don't know how you would get these, but I think you just get a little Allen key in there. But anyway, it's got this compartment. You can put your bin bags, you can put a wet wetsuit or a dry wetsuit, you can put a balloon for your granny's birthday, a birthday cake for your granny's birthday, if you were thoughtful like that. But that's very useful because usually I end up with beer bottles rattling around in my passenger footwell. And my passenger thinks, you're an alcoholic, which I'm not, by the way, and there's nothing wrong with being an alcoholic. Well, there is a little, but anyway, it's got a ladder. It's got a ladder, which means it's slightly more dignified than climbing up here, which is what I would normally do on Blue Tit, and then up onto the roof. You can just, please hold caller.
Your call is very important to us. Please hold.
Oh, it's a big old scratch. Hope that wasn't me. This is a fun position here. Right, okay, on the roof you've got the built-in roof rack thing, so you can put like a surfboard on without scratching the roof. I probably wouldn't put too much load on just these because it doesn't look like it could take it, but don't quote me on that. It's got the built-in roof racks and like electricity points, if I can get them out, so you can plug in your camping lights and any electricity you want. Heated blanket for on your roof tent. Got you there, didn't I? That would be nice. All of the fuse points for this are in the driver's control panel aeroplane mode section. And, oh dear, hang on, I've gone the wrong way around the ladder. Hang on. On the body, the bit I don't like, and this is not a design flaw, though it might be, I don't know, personal preference, I don't really like this bit. It's a bit, what is it, G63? That's the right one, isn't it? The G-Wagon, I've got a number right, woohoo. It's a bit G-Wagony, which is unsurprising given that these are built in the old Mercedes factory in Hamburg. It's just because I'm totally hardwired to absolutely adore Land Rovers. I don't know why. It's kind of, if you chop my brain in, I think you might just see like a little Land Rover in there. Not to my taste is this bit. Ooh, here's a fun fact for you. Everything's very modular, and us Land Rover owners, we love a modular thing. So this is one section. This, my friend, is two sections. This is the third section. So if you see a little Fiat 500 driving along and oops, the woman's having a little, well, let's not be sexist, the man's having a little iced latte and not paying attention, and in you go to the back of it, don't worry, you can just change half your bumper. It's easy. And oh, this is really cool. I don't know if you know this, sorry, really nerd moment. They've got a CAD folder of all of the parts, so if you're like, hey, I need a new bumper because I crashed into a man with drinking ice latte in a Fiat 500, you can just go onto the CAD folder and download the file for that, and if you want to, you can make it yourself now. I don't know if that's because the parts supply is really bad and therefore you have to make the parts yourself, or if they're just trying to be really helpful and thoughtful and kind. To be decided. This, my friend, is a door, and unlike a Land Rover, it shuts. We're going inside now because, well, that's typically how you drive a car. Nothing skips me. It has, first and foremost, a toolkit. A 17mm, that's useful. Oh, and a 13mm thing for taking off the nuts of your wheels, which is great because it means that you can put the cake compartment on your wheel if you get a puncture in one of your tyres, but you won't because they're BF Goodrich KO2's all-terrains, and therefore they don't ever really often puncture. We're inside the aeroplane. It's got vision of like a Hummer truck. It's like doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, Snoop Dogg. Well, I am literally higher off the road than all the Ford Ranger people, so I feel like a bit of a bad bitch driving around being like, excuse me everybody. It's ginormous up here. Like, I'm 5'3", I've whacked up my seat all the way, and I'm taller than, like, tractors almost on the road. Anyway, knobs, dials and switches, and then we're gonna move to fun stuff. Got a little red button. Doot. Doot. Super cute. Doot. I initially found the cruise control being on this side confusing. I kind of wanted it on this side and volume on this side, but hey, who's complaining? Though I do have a complaint, having said that. This section, I'll show you. You turn it on, and this is where all of the hazard warning lights for everything is. It's kind of set itself up, like it's like, oh hey, just to let you know, the hazard warning lights are tunes. The hazard warning lights are always going to be on. Most of the time when you're driving, this is black, unless you've got an engine problem. And I don't know why they haven't just put the speedometer just there. Pop it up, so if you're just chilling in the south of France, you can have some air, and you can take it out as well, a bit like a Jeep, but we're not making comparisons to the Jeep because Jeep. Ow! I went to see my friends the other day and they're like, this is the most complicated thing in the world. It looks really complicated because of your aeroplane systems and lots of buttons. However, I do think that for a modern car, they've made it the most unsophisticated car they possibly can while also making it usable. The reasons for all of the lack of things, like it hasn't got a heated steering wheel, thank God, because I just think that that's like, well, grow up, isn't it? A heated steering wheel. It's just a bit wet. Basically, they're trying to minimise ECUs, which makes sense. This is like your heating, your air, they've just got a lot of buttons, okay? Heating, aircon, your automatic start and stop thing, and your bleepers. Low box, high box, diff lock, well, one of the diff locks has got all the diff locks. It's got front, rear diff lock, and that's the central diff lock, which is very important for an overlanding vehicle. Excuse all my hair and dust. Wading mode that turns off your fans and everything so you don't suck in water, and off-road mode, which gets all of the traction controls on or off, not sure, and it means you can put your diff locks in and all of that fun stuff. Downhill descent, I never understand, because I'm just like, well, whack it in like low whatever and just let it go. But what is quite cool is you can put cruise control on downhill descent. So anyway, very boring but quite exciting. What is most exciting about this is that you've got front and rear diff lock, so you can do donuts in a field if you wish, but we wouldn't do that. But if you wanted to, you could. Engine wise, everyone's so mean about the engine. They're like, it's so slow. I just disagree. I just think that they're factually wrong. So, yep, that's my take on that. It's got an 8-speed auto gearbox, also BMW. The good thing about this gearbox, I like, is it's got manual override that actually like listens to you. It doesn't just change its mind whenever it feels like it. So you go, pew! Wait. You have to like squeeze this button. Anyway, it does do it, I promise. And you go, and then you can get bam, accelerate. Anyway, it's fun. These are all the fuses for when you go camping. So you're probably not going to go camping and use your fuse switches, because most people who buy big old SUVs are using them for school run, which is fine and all of that, and the market is changing so that all of the car manufacturers are making school run SUVs. This is the reason why I kind of like this car quite a lot, and a lot more than I expected to, is because it's built for a purpose of off-roading, adventuring and overlanding, and it very much knows that is what its job is, hence buttons rather than touchscreen, so you can gloves and you can use things, and it's got actual like enough diff locks, and it's cool. The thing that I think, in my personal, not very professional and not so expert opinion, it should have slightly compromised on, because it hasn't really compromised on much, is the steering. The recirculating powered steering system, I don't think they made the right call on that, in my not so humble opinion. Like, as a Land Rover owner who's always recorrecting steering, I'm like, oh, I forgot I need to steer in places that I would normally not have to steer, because normally I've got the steering which recenters itself, this doesn't, and I know everyone's complaining about it, and I'm also going to join their complaints, although I hate to be that person, but I just don't like it. Welcome to the sponsored segment of my video, because if you remember on the last, this is quite a funny story actually, if you remember on the last video, Sam and I were road tripping around trying to get back to England, and we were in Austria. We were already about an hour and a half late for a Eurotunnel crossing, so we had to get a very speedy lunch. Anyway, we heard this whole joke about Y Food sponsoring us. Lo and behold, a week and a half later, I got an email from Y Foods. So, my dear friends, you can now get, which is so fun, I can't believe this actually happened, you can now use my discount code below to get a discount code on your entire order. I would recommend the taster packs, because then you can try all the flavours. My favourite flavour is the chocolate flavour. This is banana flavour, which I also like, but I do prefer the chocolate flavour. It's got 34 grams of protein and 26 vitamins and minerals. And what I like most is it does keep you full for the whole afternoon. So I've got mum's making some like vegan lentil thing for dinner, and I really like them, more so than other competitors. I actually do. So it's very funny, and I should call Sam and let him know that brand deals happen, because this is hilarious. Though I don't like how nowadays the caps, you have to, all the caps are attached. I know it's for recycling purposes. Oh, interesting fact, my friends, this is a recyclable bottle, but I just think it gets in your nose a bit. Right, people, let's see what this car is like to drive on the road. Now I'm fueled with my Y Foods. Off the lead. Hello. It's quite windy. She's got a very thirsty B57 BMW engine. Very, very thirsty. So this is probably going to cost me 100 and something or other pounds. Oh, the wrist. This car was built for off-roading, so I'm going to do what it was made for, which is off-roading. And that's a good test of if it will be a good overlanding vehicle or not, but most people aren't going to buy it for that purpose. Most people are going to buy it to hit the kids on school runs and go for family outings and drive around town being taller than everyone else and having superior complexes. To cut a long story short, I'm going to test the Grenadier in all of the environments that it shouldn't be good at, and then I'm going to test it in the environments that it should be good at. So, first things first, we're going to London. Side note, a Land Rover owner just waved at me. See, that's quite nice. Obviously I'm not in a Land Rover, but I'm currently driving Les Grenadier into the city of London. Something this car was definitely not built with the plan to do. I haven't figured out if Les Grenadier is actually ULEZ exempt yet. Which I should probably, hang on. Hey Siri, is the B57 Ineos Grenadier Fieldmaster ULEZ exempt?
Sorry, I can't show you the result while you're in the car.
Seems perfectly safe, that. Oh, there's a man with a kayak. Anyway, roundabout incoming, which you will see the issue that I found with my steering on Les Roundabout, I presume. Oh, f***ing hell. That's a jacked up 110, bloody hell. Sorry, excuse my profanities. Steering, looking, indicating, steer, 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 and then it doesn't correct itself, so you're like, ah shit, I'm gonna hit the person the other way on the carriageway if I don't correct my steering. So that's 60 with no issues whatsoever. I found that 0 to 40 is good, 40 to 60, nah, and then 60 above is a little bit cheeky.
I was on my own, almost glad to be
Ooh, tunnel! Nice armrest. That's nice. There's a lot of buildings in London. A lot of buildings. I'm behind a lorry labelled Mattress Next Day, 24-hour mattresses and bed frames. I'd really be interested to know who requires a mattress next day. I'm still yet to use my bicycle toot red button in anger. So watch out, you bicycles. Toot toot! My mum doesn't like the indicator noise of this. I think it's nice. Soothing, in fact. I feel soothed. So where are we going? Oh, and 20 miles an hour. Cruise control. Press button. Oh, I've been overtaken. When it works really well, but I can never remember the order in which to set it. So most of the time it's more distracting me turning it on than it is me to just remember to keep my foot in the same position. The Ineos Grenadier, built for overlanding, off-roading, built in the memory of the Land Rover. So here we are, in London, in a multi-storey car park. Oh, a G-Wagon's going in. Please turn left if you exceed maximum height. I do. Can't go into the multi-storey car park because it's 5 centimetres too short for me. So, that was fun. Great. Didn't want to go there anyway. Give way. To who? I just want to leave! See, service yard, 4 metres, we would make it into that. It's a roundabout the size of a dinner plate. It's actually my right of way, everybody, but we're going to have to reverse because I haven't got the turning circle. Because you've literally made a stupid roundabout that's the size of nothing. Oh. Deep breaths. No, you're on my side of the road. Hello. That was a bit scary. The motorbike just came on my side of the road and I had no other choice but just to be friends with him. But then he just kept staring at me. Goodness, the friends you make in London, hey? I don't think I like London very much. Thank you, my best friend. I actually would like to go that way. Do you mind letting me? F*** off! Oh, I didn't like that. At least we haven't been mugged, hey? Pile! Oh, there's a puma behind me as well, who made an equally big splash. By the way, it's the next day. Welcome. We're driving down to Bristol, dans le Grenadier, to go on a podcast, which is very Gen Z, very influencer-y. Current problems we have, excuse all the coats in the back, current problems we have is the cup holder situation. Oh, break. Is the cup holder situation. I can't really show you, but it's all well and good. I can fit a takeaway cup. Oh, there's a belly big lorry. Be a ledge, get in the hedge. But I can't fit my favourite Evian Sports water bottle in the cup holders, which I think is a dear design flaw. Can I fit a Y Foods? That's the question. Yes, I could fit a Y Foods. That's a relief then. Don't worry, the cup holders are a fine size. I've got another modern car complaint. The aircon. I'm going between absolutely bloody boiling and freezing despite the settings. Like I put the settings on cold and I'm still getting hot. Yeah, it's just easier if they just be like, we don't have aircon and we'll just open a window. Much easier. It's not totally cold, it's at 1 up from cold. I am sweating my tits off. It is blowing like hot air. It's too hot! Woo! To be fair, I am wearing thermals. Oh, sweaty! I've just driven past the most beautiful 110 Puma in, I want to call it Arles Blue, and I think I'm going to commit to that one. Arles Blue, pulling an 80-inch Series 1 on a triaxle Ifor Williams trailer. I mean, that's erotic. I've invented one more test for the Grenadier before we go and take it off-roading in Wales. I'm taking it to a supermarket. I was going to take it to a school to see if I could pick up some kids, but I think it's illegal and it's half term. So So we're going to Waitrose because if you're going to drop between what 50 and 80-something thousand pounds on a Grenadier, you're probably not going to be going to Lidl. We have found ourselves in Grenadier Yummy Mummy Central, Marlborough. Not a town I expected to be in this afternoon. We're looking for a Waitrose, which I found, but we've got to park now. Yep, you'll do, you'll do. Are we going to fit? Next to a Q2 and an A7. We'll join you. We were made in Germany, we fit in. You know what, actually? I was expecting that to be a lot more onerous. Waitrose parking completed it, mate. Right, let's go do some shopping. I'm really treating myself. Gold top milk. Oh, despite the enormous amount of crap that I have in here, I've got plenty of space, my Waitrose and Partners bag and my beers, because what more could you want in the supermarket? And it's also, it stands out like a sore thumb. Spot the Grenadier, which is great for when I inevitably lose it. That was one of the most terrifying filming environments ever. I've never seen so many children in a supermarket before, like the scary kind, the teenage kind. And you might say, Tatty, that's popcorn and kettle black because you look about 3 years old. So fair enough, so fair enough. Side note, there's a beautiful hill here, and I just absolutely love burning fuel. Rah! I think that concludes our testing the Grenadier at all of the things it's not built for. Now, on we move to testing the Grenadier at all of the things that it is built for. So Wales, let's go! Hello, welcome to Wales, and we're taking the Grenadier off-road properly. We're at Strata, Florida. This is the lineup. There's actually about 7 more, but we're not allowed to drive in too much of a convoy. This is my baby. We're gonna go and do the bomb hole and all of the rough stuff and see how they get on. So cue the montage music, let's go! What a babe. Oh, go on, little car. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, shit, the bonnet's on the ground. You did. Great success. Very easy, very good. Oh! Greetings viewers, you join me from in the woods at the bomb hole. Dum dum dum, we've just done it. El Bosch. So Sam, do you want to be in my vlog?
Always.
You say hi.
Hi.
Andrew's driving back up.
Your left, nice, smooth. More left.
Go on, Andrew. Nice one. It's a nice roof, not very many scratches. Oh, apart from one big scratch, that's probably me. Oopsie daisy. Ooh. It's quite impressive, that. Get that water out the chassis. Ooh. Nice. Woohoo! Here we have Sam doing the Lord's work. Is this a hobby or a career?
Rockeries.
Yeah.
Working on it. Side hustle.
Hello, the internet. We've got more Grenadiers coming down. It's like good King Wenceslas. Last looked out on the Grenadier. How do you feel about today, Matt?
Doesn't get much better than this, does it?
Are you warm enough?
No, I'm freezing.
Matt likes to be cold.
Sorry, yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
On me.
Looks so good like that. Meow.
The tyres are really good.
Thanks. They are though, aren't they? Excellent work. I'm a bit too in love with it. It's really good. It's really, really good. Yeah. I'm a bit of a fan. They're really expensive though. Thank you. Ah! You fell off!